Hola!
Hello, everybody! Woo!
Everybody, and welcome to definitely the first take of this episode of the 1313 podcast. I'm Jacob.
I'm Tommy.
Here's Jackson.
And I'm Jackson.
So, welcome everybody to the 1313 podcast. The
Welcome
most
back.
mediocre podcast
Everybody.
in the Star Wars universe. The most hot podcast.
Oh, it's steamy in here today.
It's warm.
We have a
in here.
lot to talk about. It's going to be not a long episode or a long episode or whatever we feel like making.
Whatever
today.
it turns into is how it turns into. Before we start, make sure that you're in our Discord. Cool fellas in the Discord. The coolest fellas are in the Discord. Make sure if you haven't already, join the Discord for tons of cool conversations about Star Wars, music, Marvel, and whatever. We have a great little community in there of great people. Also, be sure to be subscribed to the 1313 Podcast YouTube channel because at 500 subscribers, we will be giving away your choice of 2/12 Black Series figure or Bad Batch Rex.
Wow, you get to pick one of these two guys right here.
Either of those figures could be yours.
But
all
you have to help us reach 500 subscribers on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you're a Gungan boss on Patreon, at the end of this month, on June 1st, we'll be doing a live stream to give away this Tarkovsky Grievous figure.
Run, Jedi, run.
So, if you want to get your hands on this figure, if it'll focus, this figure, make sure that you're in the Patreon in the Gungan boss tier.
Woo!
Only $13.13 a month.
$1,313 a month.
No. So if you want to get your hands on this, make sure that you're in the Patreon. If you want to get your hands on those, help us reach 500 subscribers by telling your friends, family, dog, goldfish, auntie,
Gerbil.
uncle, stepmom, stepdad, stepsister, who's stuck in the washer, all about our podcast. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and also follow us on social media at 1313_podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Yeah.
Self-promotion out of the way. Jacob, I have a would you rather.
Okay.
Would you rather talk about Star Wars or talk about Star Wars? Because we have a lot to talk about today.
Wow. Honestly, I like to talk about Star Wars. Thank you, Jackson, for your opinion. I hope Jackson sees this.
Bro.
I think I'd rather talk about Star Trek. Said no one ever.
Trash.
Anyway.
All right, guys. So let's just get into the Star Wars news. First of all, the biggest news of all, Obi-Wan Kenobi has made its debut. We are recording this on Sunday night, less than 12 hours before this episode will come out.
This is our third time recording this?
Third attempt
at
recording this podcast.
episode.
We tried the first time.
We tried
to,
on Friday when it was day 2 of Celebration, and then we didn't have enough.
Well,
content
first of
to
all,
fill
we
the
finished.
episode.
We didn't have like an organized schedule for the episode, so we finished talking about Kenobi in 28 minutes, and we were like, that. First of all, that did not do the show justice, and second of all, we had no organization, and then on top of that, like reveals were happening, like big reveals as we were recording.
Mm-hmm. But now Celebration is over. It is completely done, so we can talk about absolutely everything. So this episode will be your guide to everything big that happened at Celebration, as well as your guide to the first 2 episodes of Kenobi.
Wow.
So a lot of stuff.
Kenobi.
Also, I'm going to talk about because I just recently finished the Brotherhood book, so I might.
You finished it already?
Yeah, it's a rather short book.
Good lord.
I'll talk about that a little bit at the end if we want to, if we have time.
Yeah, dude.
If not, we'll just save it for next episode.
Also, forgive me for my sniffles today, and if I sound a little bit congested. Allergy season has just punched me in the mouth
poor people today.
every day. I was also engaging with the public today, so I'm just...
Wow, I'm so glad that we have that. Can we get an applause for Thomas Sniffles?
Woo! Woohoo! Woo! Yippee! That was Wizard. Okay, so Obi-Wan Kenobi was supposed to come out at 3 a.m. our time this past Friday, and that's how everything comes out Eastern Standard Time. And then about 50 minutes before midnight our time, we got informed that Kenobi was in fact showing up 3 hours early on Disney Plus. So I was very happy because I had made the decision Thursday night to stay up until 3 a.m. But then I was happy because I only had to stay up till midnight.
Yep. And the reason for this is because they did a viewing of the first 2 episodes of Kenobi at Star Wars Celebration
on Thursday.
So they got to watch it at 9 o'clock their time with Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, Dave Filoni, some of the other people that worked on the show. So it was a really big event for them. I wish I was there. I so wish I was at Celebration this year. I feel so...
Everybody cool was at Celebration. I guess we just weren't cool enough.
We also didn't have a big enough bag. We need more of you to help us on Patreon.
I need bread.
So we can go to Celebration.
I need more cheese.
I feel like it'd be a cool vlog if we did a Celebration vlog.
So Obi-Wan Kenobi comes out right on the dot at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just say, I was absolutely floored. I think that this show is S-tier Star Wars. I think it's better than the Clone Wars. I think, well, maybe not Clone Wars. I think it's better than The Mandalorian. I think it's better than anything else we've seen live action TV show.
I am very happy with it so far. I'm not going to make anything saying that it's better or not better than yet, just because we've only had the first 2 episodes. I'm going to let it marinate. It hasn't grabbed me like, say, I know you guys are going to make fun of me for this, but Moon Knight. Didn't grab me like how that show did.
You know what? It grabbed me the same way that Moon Knight did.
Okay.
Because Moon Knight just swept me off my feet and took me on an emotional journey. And Obi-Wan has already done that for me.
So Obi-Wan is starting to do it for me. It's I need more Vader. I need more.
And we're gonna get it. You're gonna get more Vader.
I know that's what I'm saying is I just need that to start rolling, and once it starts rolling, I'm gonna be gushing and squeezing and.
So here's how we start. The first episode starts, and you get this nice little recap from the prequel movies, all like reused footage from the prequels. Mm-hmm. Just kind of, I liked it because it gave newer fans or fans who have only seen the movies a good little recap to show you where this story is going. Mm-hmm. You get a lot of Anakin, you get a lot of Obi-Wan. You get some Padme sprinkled in there too.
Yeah, do you think she's going to be in the show though?
Well, she is with Disney because of Thor: Love and Thunder.
The only thing is that I'm pretty sure on Jimmy Kimmel she said that she would never go back to Star Wars because it almost killed her career.
What?
Yeah. People, after those movies came out, they thought that she was just a bad actor, so she took a lot of small roles, but when she took
Anakin, you're breaking my heart.
After she took on Black Swan, I believe it is.
Black Swan was good.
Yeah, after she took on that movie, it's what sparred her career again.
Do you know what she was also in V for Vendetta? Have you ever seen that movie?
I have not.
We've talked about this
We've
before.
had this conversation.
But V for Vendetta is fantastic. You need to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to make you sad at the end of it.
And then you and I have to watch American Psycho.
We do. So you get this little recap, and then the show opens, and you get this nice little scene at the Jedi Temple of younglings training. And I thought, this is going to be a wholesome little scene where we see Obi-Wan training younglings.
And then my first thing was, watch this be Order 66, and then it was.
And then, the doors open to this little training area, and there are 501st Clone Troopers, which...
And they walk in.
At first, we thought were CGI.
Yeah.
But it turns out my father, who has been a 501st member for a very long time, if you didn't know, he did some research. He did a lot of freeze framing on this particular sequence because we had just assumed that they were CGI because the Book of Boba Fett did 501st clones in CGI.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, I watched it at midnight for the first time, and I only watched it once. So I was like, yeah, they looked a little bit disconnected from the scene, yada, yada, yada. I'm pretty sure they're CG. After Tommy's dad went through his analysis being like, these are real, I was like, well, this could just be a better attention to detail on ILM's level. So I went back and watched it. And after watching it on my phone like this, I'm pretty sure they're real. It's because the one thing that's giving it away for me now is their motion. It's a lot more slow and bulky than we've ever seen Clone Troopers move before. We've always seen them move
very fluid.
Very fluid. So we're getting some chunk in them. So that's my dead giveaway.
My father, he told me that the 3 biggest indicators were 1, the lip that's underneath the Clone Trooper helmets in the prequels is no longer there. So now the characters can just put their helmets on and off with that lip that used to be there in the prequels. They couldn't physically put their helmets on and take them off. Mm-hmm. Another one was there was a gap in the side plating, which wasn't there before. It was connected.
Which is gonna
with
make
the CGI clones,
which is gonna make doing my 501st costume a breeze now. They're gonna have to change that up, and now it's just literally gonna be I just put straps here and then put some bungees here, some black bungees, and keep
then
it together.
My father also pointed out that there in the prequels and in the Clone Wars, you always see the top of the thigh plates clip into the cod piece. and into the belt, and you don't see that happen at all in this sequence. None of the clones have their thigh plates clip into their bodies, and none of the armor clips into itself at all. Yep. So I think it's fantastic. I never thought it would happen. I never thought live action clone troopers, and of all things 501st, would show up in Star Wars. But we get a nice little sequence there, and one of the younglings that's central to that scene, we can infer is Reva, who is another one of our main antagonists in the show.
Also, it's another keen observation that on the same bridge, because we see the younglings running on that bridge that goes over the center of the Jedi temple, and then you can see multiple Jedi getting gunned down on either side. In episode 3, when Obi-Wan discovers younglings, he goes, not even the younglings survived. It just so happens to also be on that same bridge. So we can infer half of those kids that we saw in that scene are now dead.
I saw an interesting theory from Star Wars Dinks on TikTok. Do you know him? He's like a puppet. It's like a guy who does like a Muppet style puppet.
I've seen him.
Does Star Wars. I watch a lot of his videos, and they're really interesting. But he pointed out a theory that maybe in this sequence, Obi-Wan telling all the Jedi not to come back to the temple and giving out that message is what stops Reva from getting saved, because her and the rest of those younglings go into hiding, and then she ends up getting turned into an Inquisitor because of that. So I thought that was an interesting
That would make
theory.
sense because the Grand Inquisitor is a temple guard.
And it would also make sense how she knows Anakin is Darth Vader, because
she would see him cutting
she
down.
would see Anakin killing all her friends. Or I saw another theory that maybe Anakin, again from TikTok, that maybe they're going to retcon that Anakin killed all the younglings and he took some of them in for Palpatine, because in the Clone Wars it's established that Palpatine was trying to take Force-sensitive children and make them into what are later the Inquisitors. So,
and we might see some of that in Jedi Survivor.
And that's something that I wouldn't mind them retconning, because we know that Anakin does slaughter some of the younglings. Like either way, like that's a thing.
Like in the hologram sequence when Obi-Wan looks at the security footage and then you see Anakin fighting Jedi. There's one. It's a scene that was supposed to be in Revenge of the Sith, but it was too violent, so they pulled it and they just used a snippet of it. In that scene, if you look closely, there's this Jedi girl, and Anakin literally just goes and starts killing other people. But later in that scene, he takes his lightsaber and goes choom, like straight through her neck. And George was like, I don't think
that's a little. I would agree though. That's probably a little too violent for children. Just a tad.
George was like, I don't think that's appropriate.
Although this show doesn't really hold back, does it?
No, we're seeing hands falling off. We're seeing Jedi hung in the streets.
I think that they would have wanted to hang him by his neck, but I think that Disney stepped in and was like, nah, we can't do that.
Yeah, so they kind of just killed him. And they just kind of.
So then our very next scene is on Tatooine. I would assume it's Mos Eisley or some other little settlement.
Maybe.
But we see the Inquisitors land in this settlement, and we get to see the Grand Inquisitor, the fifth brother, and Reva, who is the third sister. I just gotta say, the Grand Inquisitor looks way better than he did in the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer.
Yeah.
They either gave him the Sonic treatment, where they got people's feedback and changed things, but what I think is more likely is that those scenes for the trailer were filmed before all the special effects were done.
I think it was just the angle that we see in that one shot, because the shot isn't straight on him so you could see his entire head. It's kind of framed like this and lower. So his head is looking more bulbous because you're not seeing like all of it. You're seeing kind of the big part of his head, the big part of his skull in the back. So it's going to make it look a bit chunkier. So I feel like it's just the shot made it look wrong.
I love how yellow his eyes are. In some scenes it's practical like contact lenses, and in some other scenes they brighten it up with, I'm assuming, with After Effects. And the way they did like the makeup on his face, and they got the teeth right. It's not just straight human teeth, it's the Powin teeth. I think that they just did him justice in every single way. And I think that the portrayal of his character through the actor, his name slips me right now, he also did a fantastic job.
Yeah, and too bad he dies. But we'll talk about that later. I'm really enjoying
the fifth brother. I've seen a lot of people say that the fifth brother is their favorite Inquisitor from this show so far.
Yeah,
and I honestly I did not like him, but he was not my favorite.
I think the fourth sister is my favorite just because I call her Banana Girl.
Banana Girl.
She got bananas.
She got bunches of bananas on her neck.
She's Dole Girl.
But then we have Reva, who for some people Jacob included, is not
I don't
their
like
favorite character. But my rebuttal to that is she's written in a way that you are not supposed to like her. She's impulsive. She's arrogant. She's written, and the actress does a good job of portraying her as unhinged and almost annoying.
I was gonna say, I hope that I just hope that the actor is truly trying to portray her as, like a chihuahua, just loud and annoying, and trying to be intimidating, but really failing at being intimidating.
Yeah.
I hope that's the genuine portrayal of this character, and that it's not supposed to try to be. She's not trying to be intimidating, because then she's really, really failing.
She's also the youngest of all the Inquisitors that we've met so far, because if you think about it, all the other Inquisitors were at least in their mid-teens when they got turned from a Jedi into an Inquisitor, or even the Grand Inquisitor was an adult, but whereas she was a youngling, we see her in that first scene. So she was probably maybe 10 years old, I would say, between like 8 and 10 when she got found. So that makes her, and they point out that she's the weakest of the Inquisitors. So she really has something to prove. And for the dark side, there's nothing more than being told you're weak that makes you want
I'm angry.
more power. So yeah, but we get that nice scene. They go into a saloon and they find a Jedi.
Not Obi-Wan.
Who reminded me a lot of Cal Kestis. Like a more
Just 'cause
mature...
he was young and...
I have to help people. I have to be a good guy. I'm very optimistic.
And then he meets Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's like, you want to help?
Yeah.
Bury your stuff in the sand and hide.
So then we see Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan is working like almost like a butching job.
Meat factory.
Yeah, and then
dragon meat.
You see that he has a routine. They go through the same sequence of events 3 different times in the first episode, and you see that Obi-Wan's been doing this for a very long time. I do like that there's the point where I would say like probably the foreman in charge of the operation gives a guy half pay, and then Obi-Wan like wants to do something about it, but he's just like, I can't reveal myself, because if I do anything like to stand out of the group, I risk being exposed as a Jedi. So you see that he has to have that restraint in that sense. And then you see his little settlement. He lives quite literally in a cave. He's a caveman. And I like that there's a little astromech like sensor that lets him know, almost like a security thing, like it,
whether anybody's in there or not.
It's blue if it's safe, and then it's red if there's someone inside.
I initially thought that was going to be R2-D2 at first, but it popped out of the sand. I was like, it looks like it.
No, R2-D2's with Leia.
I know that.
And then we go and we see Obi-Wan just kind of going through his routine a little bit more. They had the food that kind of materializes that was in The Force Awakens. So I thought that was a cool little connection there.
It was soup.
It was good soup.
Good soup.
And we see Obi-Wan's friend. He has a Jawa friend who's, I don't know his name. I think it's something along the lines of Teak, but that's an Ewok's name. So, but the Jawa tells Obi-Wan that he stinks on multiple occasions. I thought the banter there was really good. It shows that charm that Obi-Wan has always had. And I was very impressed with it. But then we get to see that Obi-Wan is still looking after Luke. The Jawa finds Obi-Wan the Skyhopper toy that Luke plays with in Episode 4, A New Hope.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a cute connection.
Yeah, and then he puts it outside the homestead and says, "Here you go, Luke. I hope you play with this." And then
he is Space Santa.
And then Obi-Wan gets off work the next day and gets it thrown at his feet, and he's like, "Leave my family alone," because Owen's there, and Owen's like, "Leave my family alone."
I do like that Uncle Owen is a bit more jaded and a bit more bitter, because he seems so like hopeful and optimistic in the prequels, and he seems very young and immature, and I like that in this 10-year span we now see more of a New Hope Uncle Owen.
Now we're seeing him become more protective.
We do notice too that there was an agreement, it seems, when Obi-Wan dropped Luke off with the family, that when Luke was old enough and when he was showing, as Uncle Owen put it, that Obi-Wan would train him to be a Jedi. And Uncle Owen's like, no, that's not going to happen. And then the Inquisitors show up, and Uncle Owen almost gets slaughtered by Reva because...
Yeah, she's like, "Wow, you're such a nice, strong man.
You think you can protect your family against me? You think?" And he's just like...
"Where's the Jedi if nobody says... this man and his family dies."
I also like that...
the boulder is no longer conflicting.
I also like that she just cuts this lady's hand off. She's like, "You have no power here.
You have no rights.
You have no rights, and you have no hands." I like that the fifth brother kind of works to put her in her place.
Yeah. Where's Spider Lady? Where's Hot Spider Lady from Rebels at? Hot Spider Inquisitor.
Oh, seventh sister?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with her little droids that Iden Versio has.
Yeah.
But
I want her action figure. For the jar.
For the jar. I really like that sequence though, and then I like that Obi-Wan goes, "Thanks, Owen." He's like, "I didn't do it for you."
Yeah.
I think low key he did though.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just trying to act tough. And then Obi-Wan's walking through the desert and he sees the Jedi, and like you said, he tells the Jedi, Go away.
Yeah, and then the Jedi does, and then he dies. And then Obi-Wan sees him hanging in the street and he's like, "Ooh, that's my bad."
That was something that I didn't expect to see. I mean, even though he wasn't hung by his neck, like having him strung up for the public to see, that was pretty intense.
When I saw, because you saw that in the trailer a little bit of just his feet, I thought it was going to be like somebody being held up with the Force. I didn't think it was actually going to be somebody hung. But
yeah.
Then again, Star Wars is full of surprises.
We see that Reva has this obsession with finding specifically Obi-Wan Kenobi too. And I'm interested to see how that gets explained, if at all, in the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely a member berry. Like they put that there for you to, oh, that's foreshadowing for later in the season.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see where that storyline goes. But yeah, pretty much the rest of it, we get to meet young Princess Leia, who a lot of people are like saying that she like is like ruining the show. And I'm like, I think she's doing a great job. I think the actress is doing a great job. I think that
Jackson thinks she's ruining the show.
Oh, we'll share Jackson's thoughts on Obi-Wan Kenobi at the end. But oh, my shorts are sticking to the chair already.
Yeah, dude.
It's going to be a long episode.
There's a black mark on the chair for where you were sitting last time.
With our live stream. Shout out to Luke Monster and Skywalker Hendricks, by the way.
Yeah, if you want to hear more of our opinions on Kenobi, check out that stream.
And for some reason, we talked about the HasLab Rancor for 30 minutes again.
Yeah.
But, oh, well.
Anger. It's the content.
But yeah, I like Leia. I think she's great. I think she's a welcome addition.
I think the chase scene went like this. Say you're Leia. Oh no, I can't get past this chair. Here I come. That's what the chase scene felt like to me. It just felt really slow and comical. It was like the speeder bike scene in Book of Boba.
I've seen a lot of criticism about that scene specifically. I know that people on the internet like to be very, very flamboyant about their opinions, and so of course they're going to say that it's ruined the show for them. I honestly think that they're exaggerating when they say that. If you let that one small thing ruin the entire show.
I just think it took me out of it. That's the only thing for me.
And that's fair. That's fair. Mm-hmm. For me, I mean, I noticed it, but when I watched the show the second time around and the third time around, I didn't notice it I didn't care as much because I knew it was coming. But we get to see kind of how Leia is. She's very, very sassy, very brash.
She's sassy.
She is sassy.
Sassy. She is 10. She is has more political sway than most people do in their adult life.
But I think they built her character really well, and people are saying, well, she's annoying. I'm like, she's 10. She's a 10-year-old.
10-year-olds are annoying.
What do you want? Like, what do you expect? What did you want to be different? I don't know. But I really like her character. I really like where that's going, and we see her get kidnapped.
Yeah, by Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers. In the bag.
But I liked that. I thought that...
And he's just chasing Leia.
At first I was like, okay, this is weird. Like that there's just these random bounty hunters or whatever, like, you know, scum just catching Leia.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then you find out that they were hired by Reva.
Woo! And then Bail Organa contacts Obi-Wan, and we get to see that nice prequel era communicator.
Yeah.
I thought the Jedi communicator, I thought that was dope. And Obi-Wan just straight up says, I won't do it.
Yeah.
And that reminded me a lot of Luke Skywalker in the sequels.
Yep.
If I'm being honest. I know the first time we tried to record this episode, we did talk about that.
Yes, because I was going to say, I think it's going to be really funny when we hear people that were hating on episode 8 for Luke Skywalker's character are going to praise Obi-Wan and his character for being a hermit in this, because they're like, I like how he has PTSD and I like how it shows that this really affected him. But then you're going to make the same argument about Luke, how he has PTSD and how he was absolutely unfathomably crushed by his entire school dying because he tried to murder his nephew. And then everything that he worked for was burnt down in front of his eyes and everybody died.
Think about, and I guess the difference...
How would that make you feel?
we talked about it when we tried to record this episode before, but just to sum it up, the way that Luke Skywalker is different from Obi-Wan, though, for fans, is that fans wanted to see this process with Luke Skywalker, whereas with Obi-Wan, we've had 20 years to marinate on the failure that happened in the prequels and how the Republic fell and the Jedi Order was destroyed. We've been able to marinate on that, and we've been able to see, and speculate about how Obi-Wan reacted to that.
Yeah.
Over the 20 years that happened between 3 and 4. And with Luke, that doesn't happen on screen. So you have to leave a little bit more to your imagination. On top of that, people have always looked to Luke Skywalker as this flawless, perfect good, the perfect, flawless good character.
Even though he just isn't in the movies, he isn't portrayed to be the flawless, perfect good. But
it makes, hey, everybody interprets their heroes their own way, and I'm not here to tell you what's right and what's wrong. I'm just sharing with you Star Wars.
And we did forget to mention that at the beginning of episode 1, we do see Obi-Wan trying to call out to Qui-Gon.
Oh my God, that was so sad.
In the midst of his PTSD and his stressful dreams and nightmares, he's calling out to Qui-Gon and be like, "Where is this? What's this training that you have for me? What do I need to do?" And he's just, it's really sad.
It's awful. It makes me so upset. But I like it because it shows that...
It's sad. It's awful. It makes me sad, but I like it because...
Every prequel fan ever. It's sad. It's awful. It makes me cry, but I love it. And then Bail comes to Tatooine, and he comes to see Obi-Wan, and he convinces Obi-Wan to go get Leia.
And then he does.
And then Obi-Wan does, and he gets up in his half-assed Jedi outfit.
Yeah.
Hobo Obi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I am Ooby-Doo Banooby.
What's your middle name?
Scooby-Dooby. If you haven't seen...
Scooby-Dooby Banooby?
Yes, I have the silliest name in the galaxy. And you must be the Cry Baby. If you haven't seen Thumb Wars, The Phantom Cuticle, it is available on YouTube for free to watch. You should absolutely watch it, especially for our adult viewers.
He bought it on DVD?
I have it on DVD. Well, my dad has it on DVD.
Shout out to Tommy's dad.
It's very crude and it's hilarious.
I remember the first time we watched it was at
my house.
Yeah, for the
vocal jazz
party, and nobody was watching it but you, me, and Caleb, and we were like,
shout out to Caleb.
Shout out to Caleb Smith. I hope you and your mom are doing.
If you ever watch this podcast, Caleb, just know we love you.
I hope your family's doing okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so we that's pretty much how the first episode ends. We get Obi-Wan leaves Tatooine, and this is what I liked about this was
and then we get the space bustly going, "You coming?
You coming or not?
You coming or not?
You
getting on the ship?
You
getting on the ship?"
When I saw all the trailers, I was always speculating that the reason Obi-Wan would leave Tatooine would be because he was trying to keep the Inquisitors and Vader from finding Luke. And I like that it's taken this twist and thrown Leia into the mix and given us a completely new storyline. I think that's...
It's taken what you thought you knew and turned it on its head.
Dub.
And
but then we go to Dio.
Yeah.
She's headed to Dio.
Dokyo.
They hit the signal on a freighter.
And then Obi-Wan gets her. He's like, "I'm trying to track his ship." And the fellow said, "Nah.
You can't do that.
Can't do that here.
You haven't unlocked that ability yet."
No.
And then Obi-Wan starts walking around.
Sparing the credits.
Yeah, we get Hobo Clone.
You know that should have been our indicator that the 501st armor was practical in the first scene. Seeing the practical clone armor on that clone. And it was the same unit and everything, the 501st. But
it was also Tamir Morrison.
And just seeing, there are a lot of moments just in the first 2 episodes where you can just see, Ewan McGregor does such a fantastic job with just subtle eye movements and subtle expressions, reading 1,000 words. And it's really good, especially after 20 years, him just being able to walk back into this character again.
Yeah.
He just seeing the look on his face, like these are the men that he fought beside for 3 years, and then turned on him and killed everyone he loved.
Mm-hmm. And then he still gives him some change.
And he gives him some credits
because he's a good man.
Give a veteran a warm meal, or help a veteran get a warm meal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he goes looking around. He sees some girl. She gives him some free spice.
And no, that's actually Ewan McGregor's daughter that played that character.
That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then Obi-Wan, then a little boy comes up to Obi-Wan and goes, "Oh, you must be looking for a Jedi." And he's like, "The Jedi are dead." And he's like, "There's a Jedi." And then we meet probably one of the goofiest characters I've ever seen in all of Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And like a good goofy.
Mm-hmm. Not Jar Jar Goofy.
He uses like magnets and like lights and things and tricks, optical illusions.
Be like, "I'm a Jedi."
And there's a woman who comes in with her son who's force sensitive, and he helps them get safe passage off of Dio.
Yeah.
And then Obi-Wan comes in.
Required was their life savings.
Do I like spending credits? Yes. Do I feel bad about it? Sometimes. Well, but there are a lot of things you could buy with credits. But then Obi-Wan shows up and holds him at gunpoint, mm-hmm. and tells him, blaster point, I should say, and tells him he needs help finding Leia. So he tells him how to find Leia. Obi-Wan goes into the Breaking Bad room, mm-hmm. and he...
Luke, we need to cook.
And then he disguises himself as a Breaking Bad guy. And then he beats up some dudes. I did like, because this is definitely the first time Obi-Wan's gotten into a fist fight in a while. So it was cool to see him get hit a couple times, but still have those Jedi reflexes.
Yeah, to get back into it.
It took him a second, but he did it. And then he gets captured by the 3 boneheads that we see capture Leia. He drops the spice on him, dips.
Spice bomb.
They're tripping. And
Reva's like, "Where are they?
Where is he?
Where?
I'm angry.
Where's my apple juice? Where is it?"
But then
I'm not gonna say that.
But then we go see Obi-Wan finds Leia, and Leia's like, "Where's the army? I thought there'd be an." And then I really liked the banter between Leia and Obi-Wan in the scenes where they're walking through the city. I liked it. I thought it was cute, and especially where he's like, "How old are you?" She's like, "I'm 10." He's like, you don't talk like you're 10. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Yeah, I know."
Mm-hmm. Also, another thing I forgot to mention about when we see Leia previously, we're already starting to see Leia showing signs of the Force when she's talking to her cousin, and he's like, "You don't have to talk respectfully to lower life forms," talking about droids, and then she completely reads his mind and reads all of his insecurities. Because there ain't no possible way that he knew that. And also, it makes the blowing up of Alderaan in Episode 4 pretty damn sweet when you realize that boy was probably still on Alderaan.
That's diabolical, and I love it. And so they have a little stupid chase scene again, because Leia, the reason for this one though I think is a little bit better to justify, because Obi-Wan's not trying to snatch her up the same way that the kidnappers were, because
not that like would the stars on To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen.
He's not trying to scare her, because he knows he'll scare her more if he like snatches her up. Mm-hmm. But then, that we find out all the bounty hunters, Reva sends every bounty hunter in Lowlife on Dio after Obi-Wan. I think it's cool that the only mugshot they have of Obi-Wan is from Episode 3.
Yeah. And I'm very glad that Papa Inquisitor is not too happy with her. He's like,
yeah, I like that there's this extra dynamic. It would have been a little bit too predictable if it would have just been all the Inquisitors versus Obi-Wan. Yeah. I like that there's infighting amongst the Inquisitors.
Yeah. So
it's Reva versus everybody else.
Yeah. She's the cool guy.
She's also really just extra. Mm-hmm. Like, she just...
I hated that scene where she was doing parkour across, like, the rooftops. It was just... I feel like it was an excuse to either A, just characters seem cooler than she really is, or B, it was just to also build onto the fact that this character is just extra and annoying and overcompensating for everything.
Yeah. I think that's what it was.
It was really annoying to watch, because I was just like, bro, no.
I think that it was cool too to see Jurassic Park Bounty Hunter.
Literal dinosaur with a mohawk. Just dinosaur with a mohawk.
Just Here we go, Steven Spielberg. There you go, right there.
I found that so funny when we were watching that initially because he showed up and
I was like, huh?
I literally said, "Oh my gosh, it's a dinosaur with a mohawk," and my dad was like, "No, that's Reva." I was like, "No. In the scene before, there was literally a dinosaur with a mohawk. Just wait." And then the dinosaur with the mohawk's on the roof, like, "I got 2 cats. Go."
And then there was like a Forlom style droid, like bounty droid, that showed up too with dual wield SC-14Cs, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And that was fun, little shootout. And I like that Obi-Wan is not good with a blaster.
Yeah.
I thought a lot of people were like,
So
Well, he has the
uncivilized.
Force, so he should just be like super accurate.
and I'm like, Obi-Wan hates using blasters.
Mhm.
Why would he ever do that?
Yeah, he's also trying not to use the Force right now
Yeah, exactly.
because that would radiate off, and then all the Inquisitors would be able to sense where he is.
Exactly. So then Obi-Wan is, so this is during the chase scene, obviously. Leia's running and Obi-Wan's getting shot at.
And then she tries to jump from building to building, and then fumbles the bag and almost dies.
I like how Obi-Wan literally waits until he absolutely has to use the Force to, and you can see him struggling because he hasn't used the Force in so long.
like 10 years.
So like, I like that it's actually showing him struggling just to do something as simple as make a probably 50-pound girl float, you know? I thought that was dope, and that gets her to trust him more because she realizes that he is a Jedi.
The only thing is that I didn't like about that scene is it feels discontinued because I feel like, okay, he only shot the droid at the top of the building, and then we don't see him shoot the dinosaur.
He does.
I didn't see
He
it.
shoots the dinosaur, and then if you look off to the far left, you watch the dinosaur fall off the building.
Okay, because I was going to say, I felt like he only shot one of them, and then he still had a threat on the roof. And
No,
then he
because
just appears in the alley below.
the droid makes it down to the ground floor, and then I think his name's Haji, the fake Jedi. He shoots the droid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I must have nodded off during that.
Yeah. So then Haji, I'm sorry if I didn't say his name right. I just forget it. But he helps them get off world because he's friendly with Jedi. He's a Jedi sympathizer.
Because he is a Jedi.
Because he is a Jedi. And then the interaction between him and Reva is hilarious.
I'm a Jedi. What's the bounty on my head now?
1 million?
1 million?
2
2 million?
I thought that was...
Boom! Those aren't magnets!
And she just read his mind so easily. He's just such a weak-minded guy. But
yeah.
I thought that was awesome, though. I thought that was a really good interaction there.
And then we get probably the best part of the finale. It isn't the part where Reva shows up and she's like, "Where are you?" And then Grand Inquisitor shows up and she goes, "Shut up!"
He just
And
stabs him, dude.
straight through the stomach. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when she name drops Vader. I don't like when she says Anakin, but when she mentions Vader, and then you could just see the terror, regret, sorrow, everything in Obi-Wan's face as he realizes that because it says in the novelization of Revenge of the Sith that he couldn't bring himself to finish the job, and he just let Anakin there to die, thinking that he would die. He didn't know that he would be rescued, so
he's still alive.
He thought he was dead. So seeing that, just the pure fear in his face is visceral. And then like he gets on the ship and he's just going away and everything's just tunnel vision, everything around him's muffled, and he just goes, "Anakin." And then it's just boom. You see Hayden in the back, all burnt. Flesh is just torn off his face. The burns are still oops. The burns are just,
It's late, guys.
the burns are just still peeling off his head.
His ears are
Skin's
connected to his head in all grotesque ways.
and his eyes are just fiery. And I know I feel like in that moment when he mentions that name, there's a connection between them in the Force.
I
like
think
Obi-Wan reached out to
yes,
see if his presence
yeah.
was still there, and Anakin felt it.
I think that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. Obi-Wan is trying to see if Reva was lying because the Sith use deception a lot. And I think he was really trying to check. And I think he got his answer. And I think this is where we're going to start seeing Vader in the show. Overall, like I said, Obi-Wan Kenobi has me just enthralled. I'm so excited for the next episode to come out.
Yeah.
And I have no words. Like, I'm stoked.
And now that we've spent 40 minutes talking about Kenobi
instead of 25,
we can move on to the
let's real quick. Let's talk about what Ewan McGregor said at Star Wars Celebration.
So, Ewan McGregor
on Saturday night.
on Saturday night, Ewan McGregor came out and he was like, "Thank you so much."
Well, so this was impromptu.
Yeah.
Because Doug Chang was doing a presentation, which, by the way, love Doug Chang's presentations. He's doing a presentation about
the VFX within the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba.
Yes.
And the concept art.
He was in the middle of talking about the Book of Boba Fett.
And then they interrupted him for Ewan to come out, and Ewan was basically like, "Thank you so much. I had a really good time watching the first 2 episodes with you.
Some of you signed up for autographs, and I haven't seen you yet, so I'm there for 20 minutes.
He's like, "I'll be there for 20 more minutes. Be sure to come see me. It was so nice watching episode 1 and 2 with you guys. I really hope you enjoy episode 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo!"
And then he just ran away.
Yeah.
That was... So we posted it on our social media because we were freaking out.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, 10 episodes. I talked to Fig Fury, shout out Fig Fury. And he said that Andor starts on August 31st. So there's a 4-week gap between the last episode of Kenobi and the first episode of Andor. Perfectly fitting 4 extra episodes of Obi-Wan. Now, I saw some people saying that he was joking when he said that and that he was just playing off the energy of the crowd. I think that joke doesn't make sense as a joke.
It definitely, watching it seemed like he was playing off the energy of the crowd, but then again, you can't joke about something that big.
And why would they make a point to cut in the middle of a big presentation and cut to the live stage for him to make a statement like that?
Mm-hmm.
That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so
I mean, if we don't get the 4 extra episodes, I don't care. But like, I think that it would be awesome if we did get 4 extra episodes.
Mm-hmm. And before we go into reveals, I just want to mention some things that happened at Celebration that I thought were pretty cool. We did get some just like bits of happiness that came from the actors just playing off the crowd during their interviews.
Especially Tamir Morrison.
Mm-hmm. So there was one point where just before the premiere of Obi-Wan started, they had Hayden and Ewan on stage, and they're like, "Is there anything else you guys want to say before these first 2 episodes air?" And Hayden just leans into the mic and goes, "This is where the fun begins." And everybody lost it. So I love that. That was a really nice interaction. Tamir Morrison was going absolutely bonkers the entire time. The best example I have of it today.
It was like he was high on life the entire weekend, and I loved it.
So there was, especially today, I don't think you saw this, there's this really good bit where he came out on stage and he was talking and he was like, "Some of these fans in here were calling me Boba Fett. So I hit the gym and I was doing hundreds of crunches and I was
What?
and I was doing bicep curls and I was with my trainer. Where's my trainer? Start waving, start waving, start waving. I was in the gym and I was getting bigger." So he was talking about that, and just before he leaves he goes, "If we have some more time, I want to sing for you. I want to sing you a song." And then he just goes, "Day after day, I'm more confused." He starts singing Drift Away in front of everybody. Gets through the chorus twice. "Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I want to get..." So he sings that twice, and then he just stops and he just goes, starts doing the haka out of nowhere. I was just watching this like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. I've never thought I would see him go, "I was Boba Fett, so I was hitting the gym. Let me sing for you."
He did another haka too.
He did it
when
during
the Mando panel.
Mando panel and the Attack of the Clones panel.
And then in the Attack of the Clones panel, like Ashley Eckstein was hosting it, and you just hear someone yell something in the audience, and everyone goes, "Huh?" And then you hear, "Like a panther!" And he just starts going. It was awesome.
He also mentioned on the thing today, he's like, I love it now. I no longer have to sign. I'm just a simple man making his way in the universe. It was so long. Now it's just I have to sign like a bantha. And I don't even think it was in the script. I think it was an impromptu thing. I think I was just looking at their dumb faces and I was like, ride the bike like a bantha. And he's like, so I think that sign was improv.
That's awesome, dude.
So
it's iconic.
It just seeing Tamira on stage was lightning.
I think
it was awesome.
And we've been saying since we started this podcast that this is the golden age for Star Wars fans, and I think that just seeing the energy of the actors and how in love with the franchise they are, it just makes me so much more excited for everything that's coming out.
Yeah.
Because you know that the passion is behind the projects. It's not about making money. It's about making stuff that people are passionate about. And that's what makes me so excited for what's coming out.
Yeah. It's it was awesome. I'm trying to think. There was also at one point who's the guy that played Boba Fett in the original
Daniel Logan. Or no, Jeremy Bulloch.
Yeah, at one point in that interview, he also mentions how Jeremy Bulloch brought the character to life, and then he says, I don't know what language it is, but he says in his native tongue, he says a prayer for Jeremy. And then he goes, you have to pay respect to the,
I think it's
to the ones who
Maori.
come before. Maori?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he says a prayer, like a really quick, like just thing to pay his respects while he was on stage, which was really, really nice of him.
He's a gem.
That was awesome. Anthony, what's his name?
Anthony Daniels.
Anthony Daniels.
He is hilarious.
So there was he interrupted on stage today, like right when Celebration began, and the guy that hosts another guy named Anthony, I don't remember his name. They were
Anthony Carboni.
Yeah, because he interrupted Anthony Daniels' panel on Saturday about his book about playing C3PO.
Just so you know, this is a running thing that the two of them have been doing for years at Celebration.
So then this time, today, Anthony Daniels came out early and interrupted like the intro and everything, and was like running around. And Anthony Host, that's what I'm gonna call him, started with saying that he's like, yeah, it was so nice we had actual actors on stage today, like jabbing at Daniels, and he was like, well, if you think my acting job is so easy, he put him in like Halloween C3PO suit, put some ankle weights on him, put the gloves on him, and then they put the actual mask on him, and they were trying to have him walk around and stuff, and just watching Anthony Host stumble like across the stage.
Awesome.
Daniels kept pushing the couch in front of him, so he kept bumping into it and almost falling over. It was great. It was a really funny bit. But no, just
Did you see the running of the Wilbro hoods?
Yeah, they interrupted this stage as well. But no, just seeing, I'm sad Celebration is over. It was a really nice.
We
4
need to
days.
go to a Celebration.
Yeah, Celebration next year is going to be in Europe.
Really?
Yeah, they're not.
No, they do a different one in Europe. There's one in America and there's one in Europe.
Yeah, so,
every year.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully next time it's in Florida because that's a bit closer to us.
Or they had one in Chicago in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So
hopefully it's somewhere near, because I would definitely like to make that trip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get into some of the reveals. So I just want to get this one out of the way. It's a little bit lower on the list I made. But on the first day, on Thursday, the Andor trailer dropped.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I think that it's really nice. We're getting a very gritty.
It was on Friday.
It was on Friday? Really?
Yeah. That's when.
Well, we got the Andor trailer.
No, it was Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday, you're right.
It was, we got the Andor trailer. And it's gritty. It reminds me a lot of Rogue One.
There's clone troopers in it.
There are clone troopers in it, except these clone troopers look CGI.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But I really like that the Empire is much more gritty. It's very merciless. You can get the vibe from it that they are not going to hold back.
Mm-hmm.
They are very ruthless. So I'm very excited for this. It's going to be very much a spy show.
And there's going to be 12 episodes of each season. There's going to be 2 seasons, with the last episode of the last season going right into where Rogue One begins.
Which is great. You have a definitive story.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And then you can watch the ending of Andor in Rogue One.
And it starts Wednesday, August 31st.
Yes, which came out of nowhere. I didn't think it was going to be so soon. So
there's a lot of stuff that just got reveal dates that I was like, that's so much sooner than I would have anticipated.
Mm-hmm. So then we got Mando season 3 had a teaser on, I believe, Friday. It was either Friday or Thursday as well. I can't remember. It was Friday. Of my head. So we're seeing Bo-Katan is going to be the antagonist.
Keep in mind, this trailer was not released to the public. You can find bootleg footage of it that people recorded at the
Twitter,
panel.
Reddit, and not on YouTube because it keeps getting pulled down. It's really hard to find the footage for this. So
any of the leaked trailers.
Yes. So it looks like Bo-Katan is going to be the antagonist of this series. We see Mando going back to Mandalore to try to purify himself of his sins. There is one shot in the trailer that we see a teeny tiny blue Mando helmet that we think is going to be for Grogu. We don't know yet.
Bro.
So it looks like it's going to be good. I'm really excited for this, and it's going to be premiering February of 2023. So it will be next year, sadly, but we have so much packing this year for Star Wars that just came out
I don't
of nowhere,
care. Yeah, that
I don't mind anymore.
Dude, not to mention friggin' Babu Frick.
John is ready.
I like Babu Frick. I think he's goofy, and I'm excited that they're bringing him into The Mandalorian.
More than just episode 9.
Yeah.
And there's also the tree of Guacatinian space monkey lizards.
Yes.
Shout out to Salacious Rum. If you haven't checked him out on YouTube, check him out for silly.
One of our
monkey
favorite
lizard.
Brits.
Yeah, check him out. He's hilarious. But no, that was really exciting. And then there was a trailer, a freaking trailer for Ahsoka.
Bro.
The Ahsoka show had a trailer, and it started filming 3 weeks ago. And they revealed the actress who is playing Sabine. And oh my gosh, it's perfect. She looks awesome for this role. Did you see the teaser?
Yeah, I did.
So the teaser opens up, and we see Ahsoka, Sabine, and Hera walking through a corridor. We see a live-action Chopper in this trailer.
They brought him on stage,
They brought him on stage as well. And the trailer is really just static shots of people just doing things. We see like an old temple, which might be the temple on Lothal. And we get to see that mural that we see at the very end of Rebels with Ezra in the middle. And then Dave Filoni went on stage today during Celebration Sunday, and they were talking about different things with Bad Batch and the Ahsoka show.
The Sad Batch.
And somebody mentioned, oh, where's Ezra? Where's Thrawn? And Dave just leans into his mics and goes, you want to know where they are? And everybody goes, yeah! And he goes, they're in a galaxy far, far away. And everybody's like, yeah! So, no, I'm really excited for the Ahsoka show. And I was really surprised that we had like a teaser for it.
It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Reveals
very excited.
Every day of Celebration.
You also can see that Ahsoka has longer Leku in Montrals in this show.
So it's kind of matching the Rebels.
Is
look.
more akin to the style of Star Wars Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very excited about that because it's good. And I like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, next was a reveal from EA. Star Wars
Jedi Survivor.
The Jedi Fallen Order sequel made by Respawn.
It'll be coming out in 2023. Check out the trailer on YouTube.
Got a freaking trailer for that.
Yeah, a cinematic trailer. And I am beyond excited. If y'all know, Jedi Fallen Order is one of my favorite games of all time. I've 100% of that game with all the collectibles on the hardest difficulty. It is a phenomenal game. I love it to bits. And just the fact that they're bringing Cal Kestis in for a second one is going to be amazing.
I'm stoked.
And go watch the trailer for yourself. It looks like the Grand Inquisitor's in it. Looks like we get some stormtroopers in it.
Yes.
And then there's a mystery character in Bacta at the end. And I see some theories are pointing to the fact that might be somebody that's in Palpatine's cloning mountain that we see.
I forget what the mountain's called.
Me too. But no, that trailer's out on YouTube right now. Go watch it if you haven't already. It is awesome. I am super, super excited for it. And then we have another show which is coming out this fall.
An animated short anthology series.
Brought to you by the same people that have made the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch. We are getting Tales of the Jedi. This will be an animated show of shorts that are 6 episodes long that will probably just be taking us to the end of the year for that small drought around Christmas until we get The Mandalorian, probably.
And now we got a trailer, and we got a leaked trailer, and we got some concept art images of some things.
So some of the stories that we know we're going to be seeing is Ahsoka and her mother before she was a Jedi, young Ahsoka training in front of Jedi Masters. We're going to see young Qui-Gon Jinn training with a young Count Dooku. We're going to see a younger Mace Windu before he's the Master. And then we're going to see how Ahsoka gets her white lightsabers fighting an Inquisitor. So those are the ones that we know we're going to be seeing.
So I actually did some more reading about this show. It's going to be 3 episodes are about Count Dooku, specifically going to focus on him. And then like Qui-Gon Jinn and Mace Windu are supplements to that story. Mm-hmm. And then the other 3 episodes are going to be focused on just Ahsoka.
So they're going to be 3 arcs.
Yeah.
Like 2 arcs.
2 arcs of 3 episodes.
So, yes, I'm super excited. And apparently Liam Neeson is going to be voicing Qui-Gon Jinn.
He looks like the guy from How to Train Your Dragon.
Hiccup?
A little bit.
Not really.
A little bit.
But no, that's really good.
I'm stoked. This is something that I think is really good for Star Wars because I think this is a good character development for Count Dooku, and especially if you haven't read the Dooku Jedi Lost book, it's a good way for you to get acquainted with Dooku when he was a Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, we also have a new. There's a new show coming out called The Skeleton Crew.
I don't think it's animated though. I think it's actually a live action.
No, it's going to be for young children.
No, not this one.
No, what's the other one? Oh,
the one for young children.
Adventures of Jedi or whatever it is.
Adventures of Jedi is going to be for small children, and that comes out this year as well. That show seems like it's going to be for mostly geared towards children, like Resistance is, but it's going to have little Easter eggs.
And that one's taking place during the High Republic.
First High Republic show, so I'm definitely going to watch it. But no, Skeleton Crew is going to be starring Jude Law, which is the Creole guy in Captain Marvel, and he is also Albus Dumbledore in Secrets of Dumbledore, if you just want to know some of Dumbledore. So we're getting those shows as well, which are very, very exciting. And then probably one of our most exciting things is today we got a trailer for Bad Batch Season 2.
Yes!
Which is also coming out in the fall.
I'm going to just say it. I was capping. I thought for sure that this show was not going to come out in 2022, and here we are. It's coming out later this year, and guess what? They made brand new versions of all the Bad Batch characters, so you could spend the next 3 years getting all new action figures after you finally got your hands on the first set.
And we must say, we are not a fan of their costume changes. We're not.
I don't know. It just seems very like
a
5-year-old put it together.
Yeah, so it's Omega's doing. We'll probably see what happens to their armor, how it changes. Well, actually, no, we're not going to see because there's a time jump in between season 1 and season 2 that we know of. So their armor's changed a little bit.
Commander Cody?
Yes. So in the there's one trailer that's released to the public, and in it for a split shot we see Crosshair and Commander Cody sweeping a building. But there was a separate thing that they played at Celebration. I know they played a clip of an episode of them being chased by crab monsters on a planet. They played a clip of that episode, and then another teaser afterwards where you just see the Bad Batch, and out of nowhere you hear Crosshair, and then Crosshair just go, Commander Cody, and then the crowd just goes, ah! So, another
Dub.
Absolutely.
We also see Scorch
moment.
is going to play a pretty big role as like a villain in this show too.
Yeah, so I'm really, really, really excited for Bad Batch Season 2. It looks like it's just going to be continuing what Season 1 started. And I do know D. Bradley Baker and Dave Filoni were saying during the panel that they were saying Bad Batch specifically is George Lucas's legacy because George Lucas named all the Bad Batch characters.
Really?
Yeah. So I feel like that's really cool. So no, I'm super, super excited for this. And then just out of left field, we're getting Visions Season 2.
Thank God, dude.
Visions
Thank
was
God.
So good. I'm so glad that we're getting another season 2.
You guys know that we are huge supporters of Visions.
We're supporters of Star Wars in every single medium here. Whether it's books, action figures, building blocks, movies, TV, anime, animation, live action, manga, audiobooks,
crossword puzzles,
sticker books, video games. We love it all here.
If it's Star Wars, we're here for it.
Yeah, cookie cutters, my favorite. So, no, it's just I'm so excited for Visions 2. We really liked the first season, and I feel like the second season is going to continue some of the stories that were started in the first season, because I know that they said that they wanted to continue some of those stories.
And I feel like that's all the big reveals that came out.
That is all of the
if
big
you
reveals.
Feel like we missed anything, be sure to comment and let us know, and we will have a conversation with you about that. Another thing, though, there's some Galaxy's Edge announcements that came out. First of all, as of Saturday, I want to say, you can now find Fennec Shand, Boba Fett as he appears in the Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian, and Grogu at Galaxy's Edge as regularly appearing characters.
And also, to Doc Ondor's Den of Antiquities, they have some new Legacy Sabers coming for you with Qui-Gon Jinn, which is another reason why I think we're definitely going to see Qui-Gon in Obi-Wan, because why bring his saber to Galaxy's Edge if you're not going to show him off a little bit? We get Plo Koon, and we are getting Darth Sidious. We're getting his sabers. Now, there's also a new poll for you to vote on which saber you want to see next become Legacy. I know I already voted for Caleb Dune, Kanan Jarrus' saber. You can also vote for Depa Billaba. I think it's Darth...
Quinlan Voss is one of them.
Quinlan Voss. I think Darth Nihilus.
No,
it's from Clone Wars. He has the... who Yoda faces in
Darth
season
Bane?
6. Darth Bane, I think.
Oh, really?
So there's Darth Bane, and then there's like 2 other sabers I can't remember. They're both top Attack of the Clones. I think like one's Aayla Secure and one's another one. I can't really remember. All I
Dang.
know is that I voted for Caleb Dune.
Sweet.
And you should too, because I want that saber so freaking bad. So please.
I kind of want to vote for Quinlan Voss.
Don't split or vote, Tommy. Please. Vote for Kanan.
Don't skew the votes. Let the people vote.
Vote for... If you're a 1313 podcast subscriber, please vote for Kanan.
Just do it.
And I'll give you a kiss.
And how about you talk about Legos? I'll go clear my nostrils.
Okay.
And I shall return.
So...
You want to hear me strip my shorts from the seat?
Sure. That was hot. All right.
That's a stain.
Ooh, let's look at that butt mark.
That's so bad.
Look at that. Look at them cheek marks.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So,
I'll be back.
I'm gonna center myself in frame. So, we got some pretty cool Lego reveals as well. We have a new set for Andor, which looks like a little gunship. And I personally will not be picking up this set. It just doesn't pique my interest that much. Andor, I know, is going to be a good show, but at this moment in time, I really do not care for that set. It doesn't look that good. It doesn't pique my interest. But one that we are getting that I am super excited about is we are getting the buildable BD1 coming out August 1st. Now, I believe it stands around 31 centimeters tall. It's about yay big. It looks like about the same scale that he is in the game. And it's actually a Jedi Fallen Order set, which is actually really surprising because I know that when Jedi Fallen Order was coming out, LEGO stated that they wouldn't be making any LEGO sets for the game whatsoever. But here we are getting some sets for Jedi Fallen Order, which I am super excited about. I thought it was going to be for Book of Boba, but no surprise, it's not.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to.
And then we're also getting a summer LEGO special coming out later this year. I forget the date, but that's coming out this year as well. It's kind of like the Halloween specials that they've been having, but it's like a summer party.
Woo! Sandcastles!
Also, at Star Wars Celebration, you could get the Obi-Wan and Darth Vader brick heads, but I believe that they're going to be available there first and then go public later.
Yeah.
So
that's the word.
Mm-hmm.
Now, people, are you good with Legos?
I believe so. And we also got official images for the Inquisitor Scythe and the Obi-Wan Starfighter. Those are up for pre-order right now on Lego.com. Also releasing August 1st. We didn't get the ATTE yet with Phase 2 Commander Cody, but it is coming because we've already seen somebody revealed that they had the orange printed visor and antenna pieces already made. So, yeah.
Now, this is the first time that I've ever made a Hot Toys section.
And while you go over Hot Toys, I'm going to go and grab some water so you can...
Grab me some water as well?
Can do that.
All right, guys, watch this. Ready?
Dude, that is absolutely disgusting.
I'm so sorry that it has to be this way. Allergies. Anyway, so Hot Toys, guys. Hot Toys has some absolutely bonkers, absolutely crazy reveals. We had, first of all, the Commander Appo with Bark Speeder. Now, Hot Toys had to go absolutely crazy and give us some ridiculously sized vehicles with these reveals. Now, as you guys know, I do have a couple Hot Toys myself, and I have been looking into, once I get some more sufficient funds, I do plan on getting some more of those 501st, like Arf Trooper Jesse, Clone Captain Rex, and Clone Captain Vaughn as well. But now I think I'm going to have to start dedicating some money to some 501st Hot Toys, because the Commander Appo is the Phase 2 Commander Appo design, which isn't canon, I don't believe, but even still, it looks awesome with that Bark Speeder. And then you also get the Heavy Weapons Trooper with the Bark Speeder that has a sidecar with it, which is awesome as well. And that Heavy Weapons Trooper is actually the design from the Battlefront 2 2017 501st Trooper. So I think it's awesome that Hot Toys delved into a little bit more niche designs like the Battlefront 2 designs. But I might have to get those. But the one that's on top of my list is the 501st Arf Trooper with ATRT. Now, that ATRT is going to be absolutely massive because it's to scale. So if you look at the Hot Toys behind us that we have on set here, those are 12-inch size figures. And then you have to think about how small that Arf Trooper looked on that.
Gets the 2008 holographic Clone Wars cup.
I'm honored.
With the sippy straw. And I have...
Absolutely honored.
I'm rocking the the Batman Cinemark Theater release cup. You hear us shaking.
Oh God!
Stop dying!
I was just talking about
He's dying!
I was talking about how absolutely massive that ATRT is going to be with that Arf Trooper. It's going to be huge, dude. It's going to be like 3 feet tall.
It's gonna be absolute bonkers.
But then they also released a Paz Vizsla, which looks awesome. He's going to be a chunky boy. They revealed that they're doing the rest of the Bad Batch, which I'm pretty sure we all saw coming.
Commander Oppo.
And they showed up. We had talked about that. You excited for that one?
Yeah. I'm not going to get it. But I'm excited for it.
But they revealed, we all knew they were going to do the rest of the Bad Batch, but they actually showed off Wrecker in their display case at Celebration. And then there's there's a chrome clone trooper and a black chrome death trooper, which I'm not too crazy about, but I know that you thought they were pretty cool.
I thought if on their own, I feel like they look pretty neat, especially for the anniversary.
All in all, I think that I'm really going to have to dedicate some serious money towards Sideshow this summer.
No.
I need them. I must have. And it will be mine.
And it will be mine. Dude, Giancarlo Esposito is such a weird guy.
He's so classy.
When he was on stage, like it felt like everything he said was scripted.
Really?
Yeah, it was so
My
weird.
name is Giancarlo Esposito.
It's like, I thank each and one of you for the amazing time here. And this is all for you. And then people would clap and go, you made this galaxy possible. It is wonderful. You've provided me a perfect way.
He almost reminds me of Jeff Goldblum in a
bit.
way, because he's like just weird.
Yeah, but he's a good weird.
But then, Jacob, now it's time for our bread and butter.
Our bread and butter?
The Star Wars Whack series.
Oh boy.
Which is not so whack anymore with these recent reveals.
We got the Sack series.
Dude.
So, first, we had a leak, actually, from Hasbro. This isn't an official reveal. We have the Selfie Series coming out. Now, for $60, you can get your likeness printed on a pre-selected Black Series head and sent to your door on your choice of body from Mando, X-Wing pilot, Princess Leia,
Oh, God.
God bless you and God bless America, and Stormtrooper body and Mandalorian body. I don't know if I said those already. But for $60, you can have your likeness printed on a Black Series figure, which I think is pretty cool. I'll probably do it.
Oh, God.
God bless you and God bless America. No, I'm super excited for it because I definitely want to do 1313 clone customs.
This is bad.
And put our heads on them.
aside.
Dude.
Oh, God.
Dude is dying on set.
Allergies.
Dude is dying on set.
I'll be back.
Granted, it is a little bit stuffy in here. So, I feel like this is the first time that our episode has gone like really over an hour, and we'll be kind of sitting over an hour. So thank you all for bearing with us and staying with us this entire episode. It's been a long weekend, Memorial Day, enjoying Star Wars Celebration. So we thank you all for sticking with us today. We also had the newest con exclusive figure of Jon Favreau as Paz Vizsla. Now, I'm not going to name him because I don't know if he wants to be named, but one of our YouTuber buddies who was at Celebration was able to get us the codes for the Jon Favreau Paz Vizsla.
Shout out my guy.
I'm not saying his name because I don't know if he wants to be mentioned.
Shout out my guy.
Shout out our fella. So Tommy, Jackson, and me were all able to get ourselves a Paz Vizsla Jon Favreau figure.
Jon Favreau Esposito.
So I'm very, very excited to get that, to put them right next to my Dave Filoni and my George Lucas figures. And maybe one day get them signed by them.
We also got a lot of Black Series figures from Obi-Wan Kenobi. First, we have Reva.
Yeah.
Who comes with 2 single-bladed lightsabers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming her Inquisitor Saber splits in half.
Or gets cut in half at one point. We also had Soft Goods cape on her, which is very exciting because that's the downfall of the second sister figure with that giant chunky rubber cape. It's awkward.
It's not even rubber, it's just hard plastic.
It really reduces the posability of the figure and really makes it suck. So seeing that they're doing soft goods for all the Inquisitor figures, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, that we're getting, except for the fourth, is really exciting to see. So with Reva, we are also getting a figure for the Grand Inquisitor.
Who looks phenomenal.
Soft goods cape looks really good. I feel like he looks like he has a little sourpuss on him. He's like...
the smolder.
But no, I'm really excited for that figure as well. It looks really solid. We have the 5th brother coming out.
He looks fantastic
another
too.
really good looking figure.
Really
and then
impressed.
the fourth banana sister. So she looks like she got bananas on her head, and that's why I like her the most, because Banana Girl. So she's really cool. And then we got one figure for Attack of the Clones.
We also found out though that the Grand Inquisitor is number 9 in the Obi-Wan Kenobi line. So that means there's going to be 9 figures. We've only had 5 revealed.
Yep.
So there's 4 more figures coming. So
I hope. Would you like to repeat your math right there, Tommy?
there's 5 already, so there's going to be 4 more. There's Obi-Wan, and then there's the 4 Inquisitors.
I thought you said 6.
Oh, brr.
Dumb ears. Oh well, we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep rolling with it. We did get our only Attack of the Clones reveal from Hasbro, and it was Ayla Secura.
Ayla Secura.
And that is in the Attack of the Clones box, because it is the red box that we see.
I need it.
It's in the red box that we get from the Clone Lieutenant, from the Walgreens exclusive. So it is an Attack of the Clones figure. It's the only one that we seem to be getting this year. Which is the only upsetting thing, is the fact that we didn't get more stuff for Attack of the Clones, especially for the 20th anniversary. It just feels like Hasbro is ignoring the anniversary when they just absolutely splooged all over Empire Strikes Back, which is sad, but oh well. We got her, and then probably my one pickup that I'm like, I am personally getting for my small collection that I have of just favorite figures. We got Darth Maul from season 7 of the Clone Wars.
Dude.
I am so excited. We've had that figure in the TVC for about a year now, almost 2, and I'm over the moon.
He's epic.
It's a really good looking figure. The saber splits into the Asajj Ventress and his side. It's a really solid looking figure, and I can't wait to get it. Along with that, we got our first gaming crates for Jedi Survivor.
Which is crazy that they're already getting out figures for this thing. We've only just seen a cinematic trailer for it.
Granted, it's a first order shield, and just given to the Scout Trooper that we've already seen with a different Magna Stick. But that's okay, because it's cool. At least they're coming out with it.
It's a trooper. Mm-hmm. It's a troop builder.
And then we got our first Concept Series Black Series pack with Concept Darth Vader from the Ralph McQuarrie art style, as well as Obi-Wan from Episode 4 and the Ralph McQuarrie art style.
I was going to pick this up, but I already have all the Funko Pops for the Concept Series, and I have that complete set. So I don't really see a reason to get this 2-pack. But I think it looks dope. And the way they did the packaging with the double mural.
I think the biggest dub of this entire thing is the fact that we didn't get any full cardboard packaging. We still have plastic in our packaging, and they all look great. So I'm super happy.
They really staved it off with Star Wars.
So because they know that we're gonna be the angriest about it. So also I forget what it was. During the panel for Hasbro at Celebration, Patrick mentioned one product, and I forget which one it was. But he's like, I believe it was the they know how they do those retro collection like the crayon figures. They're doing one for Luke Skywalker with his helmet on, like his X-wing suit, and he was like, and this one will be a Target exclusive, and the crowd went boo. Collectively, they just booed him, which I think is something that Hasbro needed to hear, because we are sick of exclusives. And Patrick just was like up there on the stage. He didn't know what to do. Little boy was scared. So no, I feel like that was a fantastic moment for us as a Black Series community, because this is the first time that they could actively hear us and our displeasure for having exclusives. So maybe they'll wake up a little bit to this and they'll hear the feedback, or they just won't care. I guess we'll have to see how it plays out. But last Black Series like normal reveal that we have is we had a new helmet, and no, sadly it wasn't a Clone Trooper helmet. It was the Heavy Artillery Stormtrooper helmet from Mandalorian Season 2.
I'm not mad about it. I think it's cool. I'm not gonna buy it, but I think it's dope.
I think it looks cool. I'm just sad that it's not a Clone Trooper, especially for Attack of the Clones.
Explain to us the next reveal while I go look at the numbers for it.
Excuse me. So finally we have a new Black Series HasLab, and no, it's not the Rancor again. It's the Inquisitor Saber from Kenobi. Now, the saber is going to be around $500. It has the twin blades. That one can be removed. And it's a double-bladed saber. Personally, I'm not sure if it's worth $500. I'm not sure if I like it that much, and I'm willing to get it. Plus, we're running out of shelf space for our sabers anyway.
I backed it because I want to see it succeed, because I feel like if this doesn't succeed, the Black Series will never do another HasLab ever again.
Mm-hmm.
It started, so today is the 29th as we're recording this.
Yep.
It came out about 48 hours ago, and it's already at 732 of the 5,000 backers needed.
Okay, so it has
43 days left.
So we're literally just a couple days in, and we're almost a fifth of the way through.
We're 15% of the way in.
So that's good for those who really want it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be backing it. I'll have to see, because I definitely don't have the money for it right now.
It's $500.
Yeah, so
it's crazy.
It's rather expensive.
But it's 6.5 feet long, which is even crazier.
It's way taller than Tommy.
I hate you.
Yeah, it's taller than me too. I can't really talk. So,
but I'm stoked for it. I think that it's going to be dope. I have the Darksaber. I pre-ordered the Obi-Wan Kenobi saber.
Yes,
I think
so excited for that Obi-Wan saber.
I think for me, like, I found that the lightsabers that I've been wanting to get from Force FX are the really unique sabers, minus Obi-Wan's, because his is just one of my favorites.
Yeah, Obi-Wan has such a solid saber. It's so iconic. It's in Episode 4. It's like,
but I did. We'll see if I have the money for it in 43 days, but well.
We shall see.
We shall see.
But I think that is all.
That about wraps it up, dude.
Also, to any of our followers that have gone to Celebration, please join our Discord. Send pictures of.
Share with us your experience.
Share your experience in the comments below, as well as in our Discord. We want to hear how your time was. Show us the neat collectibles that you got. The one thing I really wanted to get from Celebration that I'm actively looking for online right now was Hallmark had the, you know how they have those itty bitties, like those small plushies? Yeah. They had an itty bitty Thrawn, and I want it really bad.
I want the Frog Lady plush.
Yes.
And I'm not going to shell out $70 for it.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see if either of us can get what we wanted from Celebration. But no, that is pretty much all that we have from Celebration and from Kenobi this week, so that moves us into pickups. Tommy, you want to go over your one pickup?
I have one. Shout out to Hunter Schultz, one of our lovely Gungan Boss patrons, as well as Lay Tendi in the Discord, and 212th Hunter on Instagram. Good friend of ours. He was able to send me this Arf Trooper because I have yet to have any of mine get through the pre-order wall from Walmart.
And the card back's so minty.
The card back is minty, so I'm keeping him on the card back. It pains me. I want to open him, but until I get another, I want to keep this one on the card back because I wanted to get one of each. So
I mentioned it a long time ago, but I did finally get around to building this.
Which you can check out on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Jacob live streamed it.
I built it on stream with some people from our YouTube channel, some of our subscribers, some of our patrons. It was a really fun time. It was a nice way to interact with the community in a literal conversation sense and make a little bit of a show out of it. So on top of that, we also got the TVC Boba Fett from Droids. Little coin is included with this figure. It's actually a metal coin, which I was surprised about. I thought it was just going to be plastic painted. But no, sadly, Target threw it in a box that was too small for what it was. So it bent and creased the box, so it's not minty, sadly. We also got the Imperial Senate Guard from Force Unleashed Gaming Grades. We found this at a GameStop near us, so we picked this bad boy up. Very cool with this. Now, a really big pickup that we got was last time we had a con. It was the Phantom Menace anniversary. So we have these from the anniversary of the Phantom Menace. We got Obi-Wan and we got Darth Maul. Both are on very shiny cards, which are pretty cool. And now my last one, y'all have been staring at it this entire time. Y'all are probably wondering what it is. And for those who know what it is, you're probably like, what? This is the Thrawn Ascendancy Lesser Evil Collector's Edition. There's only 750 of these in existence. I was lucky enough to be able to get one. It has a gold foil for the pages. And then on the inside of the book, you probably won't be able to see it. It is signed by none other than Timothy Zahn himself. So Jackson has his, again, I can't remember, his Jeremy Bullock card signed by him, and that's his nice piece of Star Wars memorabilia signed by somebody. And I said, you know what? I want something too. This book was the conclusion to probably my favorite book series of all time, next to the Bible. It was just a fantastic read. It was another chapter of me being a Star Wars fan, introducing me into the world of Star Wars novels. And subsequently, I've started listening. I actually finished listening to the Star Wars Brotherhood book that just recently
You got to
came
do
out.
Dark Disciple next.
Dark Disciple is on my list. But this ushered me into Star Wars literature. It was the conclusion of it. I had a chance to get it, so I got it. And people are already reselling this book for about $600 online. So I'm very glad I got it when I did. Yeah, super, super, super stoked about this. This now sits right next to my San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Thrawn box on my Rebel shelf, right next to my Thrawn Lego minifigure with Blind Kanan on my Rebel shelf, and my little shrine to Grand Admiral Thrawn. I can't wait to get a new Thrawn figure when the Ahsoka show comes out.
Yes.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes. But no, I think that's about it for today.
Bing chilling.
An hour and 20 minutes. This might be the longest episode we've ever recorded.
No, nothing will beat the Have a Chat with Action display.
Yeah, that was pretty long.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, but I'm just saying for like our normal episode.
Oh, this was definitely one of the longer ones. Yeah.
But then again, we had so much to talk about because
So
we had
much.
such a jam-packed weekend. Thank you all so much for joining us.
We didn't talk about Jackson's thoughts on the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
He's not here. He doesn't get
No, I gotta give it. Everyone wants to know. People are dying to know what Jackson had to say.
All right, let's see what Jackson has to say.
Jackson says, I thoroughly enjoyed the show. Loved all the connections to the intro and the past. The scene with the clone beggar was very interesting to see. Live action clones that aren't CG! Not a fan of young Leia at all, though. I think it's super interesting to see the political side of the Empire and how Organa had to deal with it. Very surprised to see Reva stab the Grand Inquisitor. Can't wait to see Vader more. Thank you, Jackson. You just hate this man, bro. Animal abuse, bro.
No, this is Jackson. It's like
You can't escape him! You can't run, Obi-Wan!
it's like a voodoo doll. So this is Jackson. He's just in Hawaii, like
Bro!
"Ah!
Bro!
So that is all for today's episode of the 1313 podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave a like, leave a comment. If you were at Celebration, please let us know all about your experience at Celebration, either in the comments below or in our Discord if you want to be super cool and have a genuine conversation.
Be sure to subscribe to the 1313 Podcast YouTube channel, because when we hit 500 subscribers on our YouTube channel, we will be giving away one of the following, which you can choose from: the 2/12 Walgreens exclusive or the Bad Batch Rex Walmart exclusive.
Or be sure to be in our Patreon in that Gungan Boss tier, because at the end of this month, you can win this General Grievous Tarkovsky figure. It is such an amazing figure. If you don't have this in your collection already, it's way easier to get it for $13.13 than to resell it for like $1 billion online and finding it that way.
And we're doing monthly giveaways.
Monthly
Every
giveaways.
month, there's a giveaway of a desirable figure.
It might be a figure. It might be a Lego set. It might be, I don't know.
Whatever we feel like giving away.
It might be something cool. It might be
Petrified toenails.
It might be my will. It might be my inheritance. You might get my entire inheritance.
Yeah.
So be sure to be in our Patreon. And to those who are already in our Patreon, thank you so much. We appreciate every single one of you. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Check out our Instagram reel and our TikTok of Obi-Wan being like, episodes 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo! If you haven't seen that clip already, we have it posted on our Instagram as well as on our TikTok. So be sure to follow that. Links are in the link tree, which are listed below. Thank you, everybody, for watching this
Thank you
episode
all.
of
Thank you all for
the
watching.
1313 podcast. We will see you next time. Bye, everybody!
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Hum da da hum da da hum dum dum da. hum da dum dum da dum ba-dum 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 dum hum da dum hum dum 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 da dum hum dum da hey I'm ba-da-dum da-da-dum dum hum da-dum da-da-dum da-da-dum dum da-da-ba-da-dum dum da-ba-da-ba-da